wild animals, and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors.
You didn't shoot the bear?
No.
This week on Wardens, 3 Michigan COs have a real whodunit.
Can you show me some pictures of you with the bear?
1 dead bear and 3 different stories.
I don't have any idea. That's the honest God truth.
I mean, I did nothing illegal.
We're not saying you did.
It's bear hunting season in Michigan's District 2, which is the eastern half of the Upper Peninsula. Sergeant Mike Hamill receives a call from Conservation Officer John Buskin.
Hey, John. Okay, go ahead.
About a possible violation.
One of our Mackinac County officers, conservation officers, John Buskin, just received a confidential tip that an 87-year-old lady registered a bear at one of the local registration check stations, which could mean one of several things. Hopefully it means that she was out hunting and had a successful bear hunt. Unfortunately, a lot of times the person that draws that tag isn't the person that shoots the bear, which obviously is illegal.
Drawing a bear tag in Michigan isn't easy. It can take up to 7 years in some areas. In Sergeant Hamill's area, only a couple hundred tags are given out for the first hunt period. Sergeant Hamill is the first to arrive at the house.
Did you have some luck?
Yes.
Bear hunting? Okay.
Yeah.
Whereabouts? Right.
Back this way, back there by the...
Okay, excellent.
That's my son. My grandson's here visiting.
Okay. Could I speak with you for a minute out here?
Sure. You gotta come in if you want to.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just talk to you over here for a minute. She was holding tight to her story that she shot the bear.
Yeah.
What'd you shoot it with?
30-06.
30-06? Okay. And there's certain things that you can ask somebody, a hunter, that you'll know by their response whether or not they shot that animal. And I could tell by talking to her the whole time that she didn't shoot this bear. And, I felt kind of awkward interviewing, or I guess kind of interrogating an 83-year-old lady or an older lady. But I mean, you haven't shot a bear in a long time, so this is a pretty cool thing here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can you show me some pictures of you with the bear after you shot it?
Let me see if... Yeah, I think they done.
So I asked her to show me the pictures of her with her first bear that she's ever taken. Anybody that takes their first bear or shoots their first bear is gonna take pictures with that animal.
Let me see.
Hit the middle button and now go to the right. There you go.
Oh, okay.
As they scrolled through the photos, Sergeant Hamill didn't see any of the grandmother with the bear.
But she had pictures of her grandson with the bear and a gun.
After seeing the photos, Sergeant Hamill asked the lady's grandson to talk.
I do not want to get your grandma involved in this, okay? I know what's going on, and I don't want to get her involved in this.
What's that?
She didn't shoot that bear.
I didn't shoot that bear, buddy.
Well, I'm not saying that you shot that bear, but your grandma didn't shoot that bear.
The alleged incident took place in this tree stand, 8 feet off the ground, 1.5 miles behind the house. The difficulty of the walk made the officers even more skeptical of everyone's story.
I feel a little awkward talking to her because she's a very sweet lady,
Right.
and I don't want to seem huffy-puffy with her or anything like that.
Right.
Can you help me out here? I don't want to get her involved.
Buddy, honest to God, there was them two, and all I did was help them get it in the garage and stuff. I didn't.
Okay, so listen, if somebody shoots a bear like that, she hasn't shot a bear in years, she said, if ever, because she was saying maybe her sister got one, she'd be taking pictures with it. There's not a single picture with her with the bear with her. All right, she didn't shoot that bear.
Buddy, honestly, God, you can do whatever you got to do. I didn't shoot that bear.
Okay, can you help me out with who did shoot it?
I
Is
don't
this your
know.
father or who is this?
No, it's my uncle and my grandma. They live here.
Okay. Did your uncle shoot the bear? Because I know she didn't shoot the bear.
But I don't know. I wasn't in the woods. I helped them guys get it in the garage. That was it. I was here.
Okay.
I don't have any idea. And that's the honest to God's truth.
In Michigan, every successful bear hunter must bring their bear to a check station within 72 hours. At the station, a wildlife biologist takes a tooth from the bear for aging purposes.
That's all you need, huh?
We collect a tooth from every bear that comes in, and we can send that tooth with the root intact down to our lab and take a really thin cross-section of it and stain that tooth, and then we can count the rings, and that'll give us the age of that animal. So it gives us, across the board, it'll give us an age estimate for our population. And that gives us a little bit of an idea. If we only had young bears coming in, it might indicate to us that maybe we're over-harvesting.
Most check stations are at DNR offices, but some can be at a local sports shop or even a bar. Checking in bears allow both officers and fellow bear hunters a chance to interact, and good tips can spring from these interactions.
I think that it happens more than we know. It's something that they can get away with pretty easily if they do it right. It's when people from the public that see someone like that check a bear in and they give us a call. That's going to be one of the only times that we can make a case off of it, because it's a tough one to make a case on.
When Officer Bobby Watson gets to the house, he and Officer John Buskin interview the woman's son.
What are you guys baiting it in with?
Donuts and, I did nothing illegal.
We're not saying you did.
We're not saying you did.
They get a similar story. That his nearly 80-year-old mother walked 1.5 miles back to this stand and shot the bear.
Why are you here?
I'll tell you why we're here. How old is this? Your mother?
Yes.
How old is she?
79.
79. Okay. When a 79-year-old woman brings a bear in, it kind of raises some suspicion, because we don't see 79-year-old women out in the field very often, and you got to understand that.
Where was the bear shot?
I don't know.
Back here? Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm not saying they can't be there or anything. I'm not. It's great when we do see it. I love it. But we don't see it happen very often, and so it raises suspicion. So we just come down and ask some questions and make sure that it's all on the up and up.
I'm not lying to you, but I'm not. I come up here. I've come up here a few times. When I was a kid, I used to come up here when he shot bear, like that bear hanging on the wall. I don't know, buddy. I'm not lying to you, buddy.
Grandma didn't shoot that bear, and I know this.
So that's all we're doing. We're just trying to make sure everything's good. So.
There was nothing illegal going on.
Okay.
I didn't just start doing this job yesterday.
I understand.
And I totally understand that there are 85-year-old ladies out there that still hunt, and that's great, but this isn't that situation.
Buddy, I wasn't in the woods. I'm telling you the truth.
All right.
I'm telling you the truth. I understand.
All right, you want to hang out tight for a second?
Yeah.
Officer Buskin recovers the rifle, which doesn't match the grandmother's account.
Ask her what caliber this thing is.
She said 30-06. Perfect. What is it?
43.
All right. I'll talk to you again inside there.
Oh.
Okay, ma'am. All right. Okay, so I talked to and we know that you didn't shoot the bear. Okay? I'd appreciate the cooperation from here on out. I don't want to get you in trouble for lending your tag or anything like that, and just want to do our job and get out of here. Get out of your hair, okay? So he filled me in on the story The stand's a 1.5 miles back there. Hip boots, 8-foot ladder stand. You didn't shoot the bear. It was shot with a .243, not a 30-06. Okay, is this something that you normally do, letting people use your tags, or is it just a one-time thing because they're hard to get, right?
Yes, they
okay.
are, at least, you know. And like I say, it's not something I don't try to be out to dishonest, but I really don't.
The state of Michigan has a healthy black bear population. They are found throughout the state, but hunting the black bear is limited to the Upper Peninsula and northern half of the Lower Peninsula. It can take up to 7 years to draw a bear tag in District 2, making it one of the state's toughest tags to get.
It's a big deal up here. It's one of those hunts that people, try to get into for 7 years before they can get into it. And so they really look forward to it. And we have people come from all over the state and even out of state to come and hunt our bears up here. And so it's a big hunt. It's a big deal.
3 officers in Michigan's District 2 are investigating a claim of an illegal bear. A 79-year-old grandmother drew a tag, but has told Sergeant Mike Hamill it was actually her grandson who shot the bear. The grandson says he didn't do it.
Buddy, honestly, you can do whatever you gotta do. I didn't shoot that bear.
Officers Bobby Watson and John Buskin are now talking to the grandson's uncle.
She's your mom, right? Mm-hmm. How old is she?
79.
Yep.
I told you the truth.
Yep.
You get home. I mean, I'm everything I told you, except for that
Right. Who shot it?
has been the honest God, gospel.
Who shot the bear?
My nephew.
Okay.
Your nephew.
The one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I know. We get it. I understand.
Yeah.
We get it.
We get it.
Is he putting in for points also? Well, I guess we can ask him, but.
he hasn't been.
With the grandmother and the uncle pointing the finger at the grandson, Officer Watson goes to talk to him.
You realize what's going on and everything, so you shot the bear, correct?
No,
You didn't shoot the bear?
no.
Okay, these 2 people are saying that you did.
I didn't shoot that bear, buddy.
Why would your family?
He just said he shot the bear, buddy.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I didn't shoot the bear, man.
Okay, all right.
Officer Watson's experience tells him that the grandson's story doesn't add up. In fact, the day before, he was investigating another tip where he had to quickly read the signs to determine if a violation had occurred.
I received a phone call from one of our park rangers, and he works at a park up north here, Muskellunge State Park, and he was cleaning out some garbage cans, some of the dumpsters that the campers use, and found a bag, and I guess it was ripped open a little bit, and he noticed what was inside, and it was filled up with some sort of bird. He didn't know what it was. He couldn't identify it, but he said it looked like a little ruffed grouse with orange feet. So I guess we'll figure out what they are once we get up there. He said it was filled up with a bunch of the birds and some shotgun shells too.
Good, how are you? Good.
Are they fresh? Somewhat?
They're wet. There's quite a few in there.
Oh, they're chuckers.
Okay.
And as soon as I opened it, I was able to identify him as chuckers. He had 1 or 2 bobwhite quail in there. Yeah, so he's training dogs.
Okay.
That's what it is. Yep.
I had no idea what the...
Yeah, this is he probably had this frozen or something. Whew, it's a little stinky. That's what it is. He's training dogs.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Field blanks. It tells me that he was simply dog training. It's a pretty easy mistake to make for somebody that doesn't identify chuckers on a regular basis. Yeah, that's definitely what it is, though. It's kind of an odd spot for guys to be training, but nah, that's good. I think that's fine.
Okay.
It's legal in Michigan to raise birds such as that, and train your dogs on. Chukars are non-native to Michigan, and they're a very common bird that dog trainers will use to polish up their dogs right before hunting season. No, I think that's fine. I appreciate you calling, though. No problem.
A tip can sometimes be quickly resolved, but in the bear case, getting a confession is proving to be much tougher.
I didn't shoot the bear, man.
Okay, all right.
Every successful bear hunter in Michigan is required to submit a tooth from the bear to the DNR. Biologists at the Diagnostic Center for Population and Animal Health on the campus of Michigan State University clean the teeth and extract a small cross-section for study. The sliver is then placed under a microscope where the age of the bear is determined.
So you have cementum that grows on the tooth, and in the wintertime when that growth stops, it creates a line where it shows that stop at growth on the tooth. And so by counting those, we can tell how many winters that animal has went through, thus how old it is.
Besides the bear's age, the DNR uses the information to determine the state's total bear population.
They also use it to determine recommendations for harvest. So based on how that shows the population is growing, staying steady, or declining, that would influence the recommendations that they would bring forth to our commission for harvest regulations.
In the eastern half of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, it takes almost 7 years to draw a bear tag. When hunters take a bear illegally, it's a big deal. Restitution for a bear killed with someone else's tag is $1,500. Sergeant Mike Hamill and COs Bobby Watson and John Buskin are close to solving this case of an illegal bear. The license holder has confessed.
Okay, is this something that you normally do, letting people use your tags, or is it just a one-time thing because they're hard to get, right?
Yes, they
okay.
are.
Her son has come clean.
He squeezed the trigger and it was over.
Yeah.
But the grandson is still holding out.
What's up?
Shot the bear.
No, I did not.
Yeah. What we thought is all coming full circle here, and we're just grabbing some evidence, getting digital pictures, grabbing some firearms, the bear carcass, or hide and skulls right here. So still work on this gentleman a little bit and see if we can get a confession out of him yet. We really don't need one at this point. We're going to end up in court over the whole thing. However, it would be nice just to kind of seal it up right here and take care of it right here without question.
While Sergeant Hamill gathers some evidence to photograph, the suspect's uncle asks to talk to his nephew.
So eventually the uncle, realizing that the gig was kind of up, went and spoke with the nephew himself and told him that, hey, these guys know what's going on. Be honest, be straight with them.
A short time later, Officer Watson joins the conversation.
I'm an avid hunter. I mean, I love it. I got an opportunity to do it.
Sure. Yep.
100% truth. Went out there, sat in the stand, it come in. Went to go to the bait pile, shot it right in the back of the head.
You?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
100%.
Well, I appreciate you coming out with it.
Tell your buddy I'm sorry for lying to him, man.
Hey, it happens. It happens. It happens.
I didn't want to get my mind.
No. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, but
that's honest guy's truth.
Right.
I went out there.
I'll shake your hand.
I went out there, come in, and went to go to the bait pile. I shot it right in the back of the head. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
100%.
Well, I appreciate it.
Sorry, man.
I appreciate it.
I shouldn't have lied to you.
No. I knew what the story was, but I understand. It's all right.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've been an avid hunter. I got the opportunity to do it. I know it was.
No, totally understood. I'm just glad we're done with it. And
we're set, yeah.
Okay.
We'll work it out and figure out what we got to do from here, and fair
Move
enough.
forward. Yep.
Right.
Full confession on everybody. Straight up illegal bear case. The individual that shot the bear did not have a license at all. So he held out strong until we got the other two members of the party to confess, and then he ended up rolling, so confessing to shooting the bear. So right now we're just kind of tidying things up, seizing guns, seizing the bear here. I'm gonna get the meat out of the cooler, go take some pictures of the kill site, and get some locations on the kill site and whatnot, and put it all together for a report and go from there.
The grandson would plead guilty and pay nearly $3,000 in fines and restitution. Also, the rifle he used was condemned, as was the bear itself.
That complaint went about as good as it could go for the second day of bear season, 2016.
Wild animals and wild places, they're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors.
Why don't you go there? Do you want to go
This week on Wardens, these Michigan officers stumble across something rarely seen on public land.
I didn't grow up hunting public land with a blind like that.
In Michigan's District 5, Sergeant Brandon Kieft has mostly public land to patrol. The Huron National Forest and its 500,000 acres stretch across his district and offer the sportsman a wide range of activities. From small game hunting.
How long you been out?
Probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
To fishing.
Nothing major, just a basic check.
To driving ORVs.
Yeah, I see your trail permit right there. And then 16 ORV sticker here.
There's lots to do on the federal forest land.
So right now in Michigan, we're located about right here along Lake Huron.
Sergeant Kieft is on patrol looking for the unusual.
Oh, there he is right there. How's it going? Good. We saw a gentleman with hunter's orange on coming down the road. He saw us, we saw him, kind of spun around, and he was coming to pick up a deer.
The state of Michigan routinely leads the way when it comes to deer hunting numbers. The state has a whitetail population near 2 million and is one of the top states for both firearm kills and bow kills. In 2016 alone, more than 1.3 million deer licenses were sold in the state of Michigan. The firearms opener on November 15th is treated like a holiday in Michigan, but the season really starts with the youth hunt and early season antlerless deer hunt in mid-September.
Early antlerless season, is that what you're hunting? Okay.
Yeah, my buddy's actually standing right down here at a double sign with this if you want to follow down to see the deer.
Okay. Have you guys tagged it yet, or?
No, sir. I just got it, and we had to go to the back side of our property over here next to Harold's house.
Okay.
The next road over to pick the truck up to come over here to get it.
Okay. Do you have a valid driver's license?
No, I just grabbed the truck from there to bring it down. He's sitting in there.
Okay. When we stopped him on the roadway, grabbed an ID from him. He doesn't have a valid driver's license, and he still has his tag in his hand. Deer's not tagged yet.
The early antlerless season allows hunters on private ground to take does or males with antlers less than 3 inches.
Where's the blind at from here?
It's actually straight through on the other side of a little creek. It's probably back there another 200 yards. I mean, it's quite a ways back.
Okay. Do you guys put firearms away already, or?
Yes, sir. His is
Mine's
there.
unloaded
Mine's
right
at
there.
the other
Okay.
truck.
I do have a 45 on me. I got a permit to carry it.
Okay, so you have a CPL?
Yeah, do you want it?
Nope, just go, well, I'll take a look at your license.
Okay.
I'll look at your CPL and make sure is your gun unloaded right now?
Yes,
or?
sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir. I got the magazine right here.
Excellent. And then your firearm is?
On the other side of the property, another 80 acres over, and the other firearm in the other truck.
Okay. Where did this one get shot from?
Straight back that way at my blind.
Okay. I got a couple issues today. One issue being that we got a deer sitting here. It's not gutted, but you're dragging it out toward the road and you don't have a tag on it. Normally we tell you tag before you drag. That's kind of the rule of thumb here in Michigan is it's got to have a tag on it. Okay. The other issue I have is I haven't ran your history, but you were honest with me and you told me I don't have a driver's license. It doesn't sound like you're going too far to come pick this thing up, but you still can't drive in Michigan. If you don't have a valid driver's license, I can't have you driving the vehicle.
This antlerless deer was taken on private property in Michigan's District 5, so there's no issue there. But the hunter didn't tag it immediately and was driving without a valid license.
The problem that we have with these circumstances is when you're this close to the roadway, we're not even 50 yards off the road. A lot of times when we catch people that close to the roadway, we have to make a determination. You sound like a good guy, but we got to make a determination. Is he going to tag it or isn't he going to tag it? Okay. So I'm sure you're gonna, but at the same time, you know, that's part of the rules is that just get the tag on it instantly. Okay.
This deer was taken on private property as part of Michigan's early antlerless season, but the hunter didn't tag the deer and was driving without a valid license.
Well, our subject here has a suspended driver's license. He's not supposed to be driving, so he didn't go very far with this truck, and he's got another occupant here. So what we're going to do is turn the vehicle over to a registered or licensed driver, and he failed to also tag his deer on time, so we're going to issue him a citation or a summons for failing to immediately attach his kill tag to his deer, talk to him about the driving issues, and ultimately we're going to let him keep his deer. He doesn't have any prior violations from us. It doesn't look like it's a habit for him. Just looks like it's a honest mistake. But we tell all these hunters a lot that they need to tag before they drag. So in this case, he got it almost all the way out to the road before running into us. And now it's a matter of, do we know if he's going to tag it or not if he doesn't see us? So that's where we're at.
Sergeant Brandon Kieft allows the hunters to drag their deer to the truck before issuing the citation.
Yeah, I'm going to have you tag it before we get it too far here. So I kind of met you halfway on this one, okay? You know, I looked at your driving history. Sounds like you've had some problems with the driver's license. I'm not going to deal with that today. I'm not going to do anything with it. As conservation officers, we are fully commissioned police officers, so we always look at that when somebody hands us a license, whether or not they have an ID card or whether or not they have a valid driver's license. So today, since you have a licensed driver here, I'm going to have him take the vehicle. I'm going to let you guys load up the deer. I did issue you a ticket just for not tagging the deer right away, okay? You got to do it right after you kill it. Right after you drop it, put that tag on it. So I'm going to let you tag the deer. I'm going to let you keep the deer. I don't want to take your deer from you. I wrote it for failing to immediately attach versus not having a license. That would be a more serious violation, and we'd be seizing the deer if you didn't have a license. So, yep, it's a lesser charge. You contact the court; they'll tell you how to go about taking care of it. Okay.
Thank you very much. You guys
Take
have
care.
a nice day.
All right.
Would you happen to have a zip tie in the truck?
You know what? I do. I do. Yep.
Hunting blinds on public property, like at Huron National Forest, are allowed in the state of Michigan. But they can't stay out year-round, and they must be marked with the owner's name and address. Sergeant Kieft knew of one such illegal blind. He found it over a year ago, and it was not properly marked. On top of that, the blind was also baited. Baiting for deer in Alcona County is illegal, and there are bait restrictions when hunting bear. He believed the blind was being used for either bear hunting or the youth deer season. Along with Officer Jeff Panich, they went to check it out at night in hopes of finding the owner.
I almost think the ORV trail is a better option because if they have the ORV back there, we're going to see that because they park it along that trail. We're going to see that first. Going to and from where he's at there, we're going to have to kill a lot of lights.
The officers hope to catch the hunters in the act.
Okay, go.
As Sergeant Kieft got ready to walk in on the ORV trail, two hunters on quads came driving past.
Coming this way. Stop! Stop! Conservation officer. Stop. Shut it. Kill it. Go ahead and kill it. Where are we headed?
Track a deer.
Okay, where's it at?
In Michigan, the early antlerless season runs the same weekend as the youth hunt. The antlerless season is for private land only, while the youth hunt is good for both private and public land. Sergeant Brandon Kieft and CO Jeff Panich were checking on an illegal blind on public land when they ran into two hunters on ORVs who were looking for a deer, shot by a 7-year-old who had returned to camp.
You going to what?
Go track a deer.
Okay. Where are you guys coming from right now?
My cabin right up the road.
Well, one of the problems is neither one of you guys have a helmet.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's problem number one.
Sergeant Kieft and Officer Panich think these are the hunters using the illegal blinds and illegal bait. So Panich goes up to check the camp while Kieft helps the hunters look for their deer.
Okay, you go with them, I'll go here.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I'll go with you guys, and he's gonna go up the road. Let's see what we can find, okay?
All right.
All right. Show me where you think she took the shot, where the deer was when she shot. Go ahead. No, it's not. I'm not seeing a whole lot of blood. That's a little.
No blood. That's why I kind of stopped with my daughter and went to go get him to maybe look a little more blood.
That's a bad sign when you're not seeing that.
Yep, I know.
After a short search doesn't turn up anything, Kieft and the hunters head back to their camp to meet up with Officer Panich.
My partner has now interviewed the other half of this, and they have admitted that the 7-year-old did not shoot this deer, that the father shot at this deer, which is sometimes a common problem during the youth hunt, is that a child can't seem to pull the trigger, they're not really ready to hunt, or dad gets overzealous, and in this case, I'm getting some admissions that the dad took a shot at this deer and not the daughter. So obviously, no wonder why he would guess that he hit it, because he's the one that shot. So we're gonna do some more interviewing with him when we get back here, see if he'll admit to attempting to take a deer during the close season here.
Officer Panich found 2 other deer back at camp.
The other deer that are back at camp, what do you got so far?
Antlerless.
Okay, both those.
Hey, I'll call you back
No,
in a minute.
it's a male, but it's antlerless. He didn't know.
Okay.
Until after he tracked
That's
it
fine.
and found it.
That's fine.
I
It's
figured
not-
that was.
Yep.
They're both that same.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Okay,
Both the
both
same
antlerless deer?
Yep.
Yeah.
What? How many youth do you got at the camp?
We got 3 youth.
Okay.
Yes.
How many blinds total?
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Back at camp, the officers try to get the real story from the hunters.
How about we know more than what you think we know at this time? So, who pulled the trigger out in the blind with you and your daughter?
It was me and my daughter put together.
Okay, but who pulled the trigger?
I talked to your daughter, okay?
That's fine. We both kind of just sat there and pulled the trigger together. We're sitting together. It was a father and daughter thing, and it was too heavy type thing, and I pulled the trigger, man. But I have my license also, so it's like.
This isn't the adult hunt, it's the youth hunt, right?
Youth and antlerless.
Okay, well where is antlerless allowed to be hunted?
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And we're gonna ask you the same question because your blind is on what? Federal land, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the deer you shot on federal land is public land.
Right.
And the early antlerless season is allowed on?
It's on both, public and private.
That's what I thought. Seriously, I did.
The Huron National Forest has a large number of jack pines, which are the central home to one of the world's rarest birds, the Kirtland's warbler. Once nearly extinct, the bird is now thriving in the state's northern lower peninsula.
The Kirtland's warbler is a great conservation success story and is uniquely Michigan, since 98% of the birds nest and raise their young in our forests.
The singing male population of the Kirtland's warbler was as low as 167. Today, there are over 2,300, much of that due to improved habitat. The bird requires a wide range of dense, young jack pines to breed.
it would be impossible to manage this habitat for the Kirtland's warbler without the work and efforts of the timber industry. So harvest of timber is critically important to the recovery of the Kirtland's warbler.
And with increased attention to both improving habitat and decreasing parasites, the recovery team is hoping the Kirtland's warbler will be removed from the endangered list soon. This is a prime example of the DNR working to protect animals, both big and small. Back in District 5. Sergeant Brandon Kieft and Officer Jeff Panich are investigating a couple of dead deer.
How are you, sir?
They originally set out to find the owners of an illegal blind, but that has turned into a much bigger case.
And is it just like a sprinkle bait, or what is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're one of the successful hunters here?
Yes.
Okay. And where was that deer shot at?
Back here.
Okay.
The two deer were taken on public land. In Michigan, during the antlerless season, deer can only be hunted on private land. And now the officers are finding out both were taken over bait. Baiting in Elkona County is also illegal.
We have them with bait on public land and also on private land. Elkona County is a non-bait county, cannot have anything at all.
With the violations mounting, the hunters come clean about the blind that sparked the officers' investigation to begin with.
He's come to see the light, wants to say, you know, he knows about the other blind.
I just didn't want to deal with, because they're hunting bear in that spot, that I get in trouble for the
Who's
bait
hunting bear?
The guy in town, I was going to have them get rid of the bear because they had tags. And the stand over there, I just didn't want no part of it because I didn't know it was illegal to bait for bear. And he said something about grain.
Okay. So when I asked about the other blind, you were struggling?
I just didn't want no part of it because you said it's not supposed to have bait, and
right.
I didn't know. And then he said something about grain for bear or something is illegal.
Bait for bears can include fish, meat, and bakery products, not grain or other items used to bait deer.
Now, is there bait down here?
Yeah, I'm being
okay.
honest.
Yep, that's fine.
That's why I brought you here.
Nope, I appreciate that. We did know about this one. We actually saw tracks coming this way back about a month ago.
I don't know if there is. No, there's not really any. I didn't bait it yet. I just thought there was some left over.
Yeah, it's still corn. That's right here.
But I was just being honest.
Right. No, that's fine. We appreciate it.
It's been a long night for Sergeant Brandon Kieft and Officer Jeff Panich. They've got 2 deer taken on public land and over bait, both violations. The hunters had private land tags for the deer, and Elkona County is one of a handful of counties that does not allow baiting.
Let me ask you this real quick. Okay. Just want to be straight.
Right.
What's the gallon limit, even if we were in a county that doesn't allow bait?
5 gallons.
What? Okay, it's actually 2.
Okay, 2 gallons,
right.
yeah.
Okay,
I thought it was 5.
So it's 2.
I thought it was 5
right.
at first. But
so how much do you think is here between the corn, the mineral block, the sugar beets, and the carrots?
Probably,
if you had to make a guess,
10 gallons.
Okay, so it's safe to say that you would be over the limit if it was not a closed county.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. While we're out here educating, I just want to make sure we're clear on all the rules and regs. Okay,
right.
So that's part of what we're going to tell you today is that you're going to have to remove all your bait.
Now, the officers are finally going to check out what started their investigation, an unmarked blind that had been left out on public land for over a year.
Some other stuff called 30-odd.
So Officer Panich is out checking the baited area there. This is what first led us to this section, because this elevated blind that we'll walk up to here in a second is was kept out after season and was not marked with name and information. And then when we came out to check it this year, it was elevated and also baited. So you decide, when you elevated, how'd you guys get out here to elevate it?
I didn't do it.
I did it with my niece that you just seen, just me and her.
How? How do you get?
I climbed a tree with a
come along, a car come along.
Oh my God.
With a semi strap around the outside, and then climbed the tree and raised it and put the elevation on.
That's dedication, man.
I wasn't, like I said, I didn't know I was doing anything really wrong.
Okay. I didn't grow up hunting public land with blind like that. And keep in mind, there's everything from regular wall outlets to power strips with car chargers in there. So, quite the setup. Right in the middle of federal land.
After checking out the illegal blind, the officers have seen enough for the night. They gather and photograph evidence.
So what I'm doing tonight, I'm taking your guns, your 2 guns, I'm going to document yours, and I'll return it back to you, okay?
Besides having 2 guns confiscated, the successful hunters were charged with taking a deer without a license. They both paid fines totaling near $2,000. They both lost their hunting privileges for 3 years, and one had to go to jail for 5 days. The third member was fined $225. Both deer were also taken by the officers.
All in a day's work.